Hello and welcome to my video. Today we're going to continue on with the formatting of my book. Here you can see I have fonts.google.com opened. Fonts from Google are free, and so you can go through and look at the fonts to see what they look like. And I know what font I want, but there are many fonts here. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for a font, and there's the font right there. So now we can see the font, and we can click on the license. The license says here that I can use it commercially, so therefore I can use it in my book. And so this is thanks to Google. Thank you, Google, for the font, and I am going to be using this font in my book. So now let's go back and open up where we were the last time. And now here's the page. So let's go ahead and update the work we did. So starting from the bottom, I can double click on the text in the footer. I can go ahead and go up to font. Then I can find the font, and I've already installed it. And so the font's there. I can go ahead and I can't double click on the number, but I can swipe it. So we'll swipe it, and then we can right click on it, open the font, and select it. I'll show you what happens if we double click. If we double click on this, we get our box where we can set the offset. But we don't want to change the offset. Everything is fine, so just close that. We'll go ahead and do this one here. Right click, font. There we go. So these two pages are done at the bottom. Let's go ahead and do this at the top. Font. And we're done here. So now I can go ahead and start closing these pages by just deleting all our carriage returns that we did the last time. And so we can close that page. Let's go ahead and work on this one. I know this is a little bit like watching paint dry, but it's one of the sad things about working like this. Okay, so these two on the bottom are done. The numbers have already been done because this is chapter 2. Let's go ahead and finish this top part. Okay, so everything on this page is completed. So we'll erase the carriage returns. Probably easier if I show you the carriage returns being deleted. So there we go. We're deleting the carriage returns. And now we're into chapter 1, and we have to do the same thing. Right click, go to fonts, put the new font in. Let's go ahead and get our little everything in that box. I guess we really don't have to, but you could, or we could have just left it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and swipe our number. Right click, font. So that changes all the numbers for chapter 1. We don't need to change that. That we're going to be deleting. That we don't need to change that. Let's go up. Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I'll probably have to go back through and get rid of all the extra spaces that are in these headers and footers. Let's see. It looks like I did not change the numbering. I okay, I guess it looks like the other font. We'll go ahead and do this one. Alright, so ahead and delete these. Yeah, that we don't need. We don't need this. Looks good, looks good. This is not done. That looks good. Delete all this. We're going to keep the start of chapter 1. Now I'm going to go Control A. That highlights everything that's left in here, and we're going to go ahead and I believe I can do the same thing. Right click on it and change all the fonts. So everything's been changed. The spacing seems to change with this font, so we'll just have to delete a few of these carriage returns to force it to where it needs to be. There we go. This one here, when we delete it, okay, so we haven't changed the table of contents. So that's done. And now that's all going to be changed anyways. You know, we always change these little details every once in a while to get it the right way we like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with what's the title of this book. And this book is going to be named Eskia, and this is the name of the planet that the story takes place on. This is going to be science fiction, and I'm just going to simply name it World War. So that'll be the name of the book. Let's go ahead, and since it's going to be a PDF, I can add color. So I am going to make it red. There's red. And I'm going to format the character, and we're going to put a little drop shadow in it. And there we go. So it has a little drop shadow. And that's basically it. Just a little bit of non-plainness to it. I'm copying this, Control C, and then I'm going to paste it again down here. I'm going to leave this black, and I'm going to type in my name. Since everybody knows this, it's not that important. There we go. And so this is my book, and it needs to be copyrighted by the name we know. There we go. Now let's go ahead and put some spaces or character turns back in, get this where we want it. The table of contents we're going to leave alone because those are going to be the last thing we do. And so we need to start with the book. This is, we can see this is the left first page. So let's go ahead and just do this the simple way. We're going to delete out all these spaces. There we go. Put this down here. I must have deleted. Okay, I deleted the page break. So go ahead and take some of these out, and I'm going to insert the manual page break. We're going to make it the first left. And see, our font has stayed and everything. So now in this part of it, we need to put in how we're going to start the chapter. So I'm going to start the chapter with a simple picture. I'm dragging a picture from my files, and we're going to place the anchor right here in the top corner. I let go, and there's the picture. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to change the wrap so it has no wrap. I just make sure that the text will stay where it's at. The top two areas, I'm going to leave those for centering. We'll see what that actually does. So now we can go ahead and start writing our story right here at this point. Now, this chapter is going to get me a number. I'm looking for a number. I want the number 88775, and I believe it's 0.147. I'm not certain if that's the number, but I'll go back and check and make sure it is. And this number has some importance to later things and ideas that I'm working on. The next thing I do will be writing chapter 1. It's only going to be a couple of pages long. This is going to be a short book, 20,000 words approximately. And after the first chapter, I'm going to start a web project so that I can get this information to you. I'm not going to use any of the open sources out there to post things. We're going to post it on a web page. We're going to change the web page name in the book, and that way you'll be able to find stuff and get stuff, and we might even put some merch in there. So hopefully this will keep growing. I hope you got something out of this and come back and see more. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.